Hello everyone, welcome.
Ooh.
I was getting up there. Welcome everyone to That Sounds Gay. We are back with Jesse. It's always these like post-verbal sounds that I live for every week.
I guess I went for Peanut Butter Baby this week.
Peanut Butter Baby?
You're familiar with their work?
Who?
Does that feel good?
Who's Peanut Butter Baby?
Peanut Butter Baby. Is it not peanut butter? If I just Google Peanut Butter Baby, is that okay?
It's gonna be just like this kid covered in peanut butter. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Does that feel good?
I know what you're talking about. The one who's literally covered from head to toe in peanut butter.
Yes. Peanut Butter Baby.
Peanut Butter Baby. That's nuts. How do you get covered in peanut butter?
What?
There's a photo of Peanut Butter Baby next to Crystal Versace.
I guess I'm sure it's relevant, but I Googled Peanut Butter Baby, and the fourth thing that came up for me was a picture of Peanut Butter Baby next to Crystal Versace.
Next to each other, it's kind of uncanny because they're the same color.
Yeah, she was just letting it bake.
Did you perceive that video of Raven talking to Monet about the color that she is currently at?
No.
Monet asked her about it, and she was like, yeah, I would never do blackface. I just like tanning because the color doesn't come off. This is tan. And Monet just goes, yeah. That was the only part of the clip that I saw. I'm sure there was more of it, but...
Yeah. That's all I needed to hear. Girl. That's hilarious.
Wasn't it? Okay, so I told you that Frankie won.
Frankie Wonga?
Frankie Wonga.
Wonga.
Frankie Wonga. Literally the only reason for the season. Frankie Wonga.
She's that girl.
She is.
Well,
she literally is.
She was kind of that girl from the beginning is what I heard, right? Like she was always a star.
She is and will continue to be. I'm going to show you just 3 looks that were my favorites. This was from the ball.
Oh, okay. I've seen pictures of this.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's this like green and gold look. I don't remember what specifically it was referencing, but it was so cool because it had faces on both sides. And then she did this look where she was like a creepy mom.
Oh.
She kept doing this thing where like she would like reach forward and like crazily do that like in this pose.
Cute.
And the judges kept being like, do it again. And she'd be like, reach forward. And then they did a runway that was called Hair, but it's like an onomatopoeia for like a monster noise, I guess.
Oh.
Holding this head.
Slay.
Perfectly cast with her face.
Huge slay.
Covered in hair. It was so good. It was really good. So I'm proud of her for winning. You still haven't perceived España yet.
No, I haven't. Well, because there's a delay in the live finale coming out. I'm still holding out for my girl Le Coco. I'm sure she won. No offense, Vampy and Chloe, but I think Le Coco has got it in the bag. We shall see.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to perceive the grand finale. I think it's cool that the series is venturing out into doing another grand finale.
Yeah. I saw some clips and it looked cool. It looked really cool.
They always bring the production value. Henny.
Totally. And by the time that this airs, if I did my math correct, I might be off by like a week because I'm not a math gay. I believe that this episode is going to be airing sometime in February from when we're recording.
Oh,
and that
really?
will be almost a year from when you started doing these with me.
Wow.
Been doing these for Melinda Verga. We've been doing these for almost a year now.
That's crazy because it feels like it's only been a couple months.
I know.
Like it's just been flying by.
17 seasons we've done.
That was the next thing I was going to say. It feels like we've only covered like 3 seasons.
Right?
I feel like we spent like 8 weeks talking about All Star 6.
We talked about UK2 forever.
We sure did, yeah. And then meanwhile, it was like Holland 1.
One episode.
Yeah.
Drag Race All Stars 3, 1 episode. Season 10, I think, had 2.
Yeah.
We were like trudging and then finally hit this good speed, I think.
It's crazy this is going to air in February because at the time of recording this, I was going to say They crowned 4 winners or something in the last week or two.
Isn't that insane?
Because it was like Thailand, España, UK6, and
Down Under.
They all got crowned in the last like 2 weeks.
And I don't think we have anything until season 17 in like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. I don't think Canada will be... Well, Canada will probably be crowned by the time of us.
Oh,
But
probably.
by the time of this airing, I'm sure
Oh, it'll be done.
the Canadian girls will be done and finished.
Because we're in top 7.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, top 8.
Top
I
8.
think it is top 7. I think
Yeah.
you're right. But yeah, so that'll be interesting.
It'll definitely be done.
So there will be at least a 5th crown out by the time this airs.
That's so much.
So many.
That's too much drag. I was doing my review for the girl group, and I told you this before we started recording. I had watched literally the BDE episode, and then watched Canada, like within maybe
Girl
12
group
hours
to
of each
girl
other.
group.
So I'm like sitting doing my review of it, and I'm like, and then Crystal Versace. Nope. It's way too much drag.
That's so funny though, because I do feel like those episodes were very similar in
They're, like,
terms
parallel.
of girl group episodes. They were very each other coded.
And that's what we're picking up today, actually. So that's a good segue in. Last time we talked about UK3. We talked about the Queens, that very first challenge, that odd musical dance challenge.
Not the
Ragathon.
first, not the last.
There's another musical dance challenge?
Oh no,
thing?
just weird dance challenges
Oh.
for the future of UK.
I thought you meant there was another one this season, and I don't think I could handle that.
Could you imagine? It's like season 3 with sewing challenges, except it's just strange like rhythm dance challenges.
It's like a redo of the Disco-mentary, another social media, the Rusical.
Roomba, the
Roomba?
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh wait, because it's Zumba. No, I was thinking Roomba is the vacuum, but
Oh my
Roomba.
God. Roomba, like a hot aerobics or something?
Yes. Yeah.
I hate that so much. We're giving Paul an idea.
Rue 90X.
Rue 90, get out of here. There's the door, bitch. Rue 90X, I hate that. They're gonna do that though.
Oh yeah.
What legacy challenge do you think is gonna come up though that they're gonna redo for 17? Because they've been picking like one thing every season these days.
Can I say what I'm manifesting? 'Cause
What?
that's still one of my favorite challenges in the entire show. Fragrance challenge.
Why have we not done another one of
Season
those?
5 fragrance challenge would be freaking delicious.
Yeah.
I would eat it up.
I wonder if we'll get a roast of T.S. Madison.
I would love to see it.
Because they've done Rue, Michelle, they've done Ross and Carson. So, I mean, T.S. has practically been a regular.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
She's next.
She's gotta be. She's next is so ominous. Okay, so we are talking about episode 4. Big Drag Energy. B-D, energy. I already forgot it.
Well, does that speak to the staying power of the content?
It was like a week ago. I've told you so many times.
B-D,
That's right. Big Drag Energy. It's like none of these stick. None of them do. I remember Uma's line, like clear as day,
About lesbians.
about lesbianism.
Maybe that says more about you.
Oh, maybe it does. I mean,
need
I
to
love
call-
lesbians.
Am I a lesbian? Oh my god, am I a lesbian?
As a non-binary individual, I could be.
Yeah. Sky's the limit. You can be whatever you want to be, Barbie girl.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become the president.
Are you feeling... you're so into being a lesbian right now. I'm so into being a lesbian right now.
Uma commented on my video and she was like, I just think lesbians are neat. I love
Lesbian
her.
appreciator.
I love her so much. She's incredible. So this week is that challenge and it all happens fast.
Yeah.
Like, this is quick. Scarlett also has a singular win, I want to say, and is asking River if she really wants to win. I'm like, now, Mama, I know you got your win and you are feeling your goats, but come on.
It's also like set up for later, I feel like.
Totally.
she's like hyping herself up so much.
Right.
Like, I'm a challenge winner. And, like,
You're a contest not.
don't bring it up. Don't talk about it.
Scarlett is the winner of last week, and Vanity's the Shantae Queen of last week. So they're both the captains this week. Scarlett picks Kitty first, which I think was smart. She's clearly into girl groups, which there's like a string of girl group members, judges.
She is, it's the UK equivalent of Roseanne's stepchild or whatever that band is called, that Jansen.
Oh, Roseanne's stepchild.
Stephanie's child.
Roseanne.
Anyways,
Destiny's stepchild.
Kitty
right.
and Shez. I feel like, has the third girl been on yet?
Shez is in Cheryl Hole?
Yes.
Oh, I love
Kitty
that.
and Cheryl are in, I think they're both in that Girls Aloud. Am I wrong?
Not Girls Aloud. That's a different franchise.
No.
No.
Isn't that the name of the band?
Yeah. There's a Girls Aloud.
Aren't they in a Girls Aloud cover band?
Oh, maybe.
Hold on.
And holding space.
Hold my finger. What? If we're holding space, I need my finger held supportively.
I'm supporting by holding your finger right now.
Thank you. Have you watched the video of them talking about that moment? Ariana and Cynthia?
No, I haven't yet.
It's actually hilarious.
I've seen so many clips.
I'll have to show you
It's
later.
quite enchanting.
Maybe I'm making this
Well, we could pretend that they are. We can start a vicious rumor.
yeah.
That-
A vicious rumor that they're in a girl group together.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Cheryl Hole and Kitty Scott Claus are members of the Gals Aloud troupe.
Gals Aloud.
Yes, very that. They don't say who else is in their group because they only care about people who are on Drag Race, but it's like Stephanie's Child or whatever, where it's like Jan, Roseanne, another gal.
Or that girl who has not been on Drag Race.
Or DWV.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
There's always a Vicky Vox.
There's always a Vicky. That's the episode title.
How rotted is it if the other girl in this group is like on season 4 or 5 or something? We're just
Oh my god.
She's listening and she's
It's
like
Lavoie.
She's not Lavoie. Jesus. Of course. Could you imagine Lavoie in a Girls Aloud tribute band?
There's gotta be an elderly person in those groups.
Girls Aloud is Jump for My Love, right? Am I making that up?
I will be so honest, I could not tell you a song.
Jump for my love, jump in.
That sounds familiar.
That
I feel like I've heard this song.
I don't
It's the way
don't
that
know if that's Girls Aloud. I feel like that
It's
those
Pussycat
are women.
Dolls.
I feel like those are women of color, and I'm about to be embarrassed.
You could be. No. Jump for My Love is the one that didn't they do
It's
that
the Pointer Sisters.
It was like they did that in All Stars 5. Jump to My Love.
Yeah.
And Shea Coulee did that with...
No, Jump for My Love was Shangela and Ben.
Oh, that's right. Why did I think it was All Stars 4?
Oh no, they have a song
Shay's
called
not on
Jump.
4.
That's I won't play it loud because I don't want you to get...
Demonetized.
They have a song called Jump, but it's not Jump for My Love. I was thinking it was very Raja when they're like oh, what songs do you know by Mariah? Emotions? I get so emotional, baby.
It was a mixture of that and Derek Barry saying, people died at Stonewall. Like, you and I were both of those parts. Your eyes are like dilating as you're hearing this song. I think it's putting you in a trance.
No, I think I'm having a stroke because it is Jump for My Love. It's just a different version of Jump for My Love.
It's a copy.
I actually do feel like I'm having a stroke because I had to go through all of those emotions. And I feel like we need to restart the episode.
Went in a big circle and got back to where we needed to be.
They did do a version of it. Wow, that was the most like mentally...
Oh my god.
I'm playing it.
You're
in
so
Joe's
right.
ear. That was
It's
like
the same
honestly,
song.
truly, viewers, America, that was the most mentally draining 5 minutes of my life. Being like, didn't they do that song? No, the Pointer Sisters did that song. Oh no, they have a different song called Jump. Oh wait, no, it is the same song.
Well, I'm implying that Shea Coulee was on All Stars 4.
I love factual knowledgeable podcast reporting.
That's why they keep
They
tuning
come
in.
here for the cold hard facts.
Right. That's why they're here. Why else would they be?
Yeah.
Speaking of other facts, on Scarlett's team, she also picks Charity, and Crystal is actually last picked
Gag.
of all of them. Super gag.
Huge gag.
I wonder if it's like a...
Not liking the favorite.
Yeah, it's like a... We don't like that you're winning, part one, but then part two, it's like, you're strong, so we don't need to get you. Like, we should give the others a chance to shine, because you'll be fine no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if it's part of that, or if it's like a... Well, I don't want to be with the winner because they could overshine me.
Yeah,
they're the
I
front
don't know
runner.
what is going on with that, because I feel like she to me is such an obvious choice.
Yeah. Because she's liked by Rue. That would be
She's
the one
liked
I would
by
want.
Rue. She seems like she'd be in a girl group. Mm-hmm. She looks like a pussycat doll or something.
Totally. And then Vanity's team is Ella, who she picks first, and that makes sense to me.
And that made sense.
That made sense to me. River and Teresa is left to join Vanity's team. I like Theresa May. I like her a lot.
I love Theresa May, and I think that her run on this season is more endearing than her run on Versus the World.
I would agree.
I think I enjoy her run on this season more, even if it's like quote unquote like clunkier.
Yeah.
I think it's more fun.
You know what I would love to see would be
Tell
like
me.
an España versus the world, but it's all Spanish speakers, and Teresa
Period.
could go and do that.
She is a judge on a future season.
I saw a photo.
Huge slay.
I was really gagged. I'm excited to see that. So each group is going to sing the same song in this, but there's a twist. One has an upbeat and one has a mid-tempo, in Rue's words, power bottom mix. So Scarlett gets to listen to both, then gets to choose the songs for each team. What would you have wanted to do?
The fast one.
Me too.
The slow one, I wouldn't have. Even if I thought, let's do that, I don't think in that moment I would have been like, this is going to be successful.
Right.
It really feels like that song is a little more set up to fail.
In
But they
similar
turned the
vein.
party.
Yeah.
But it's hard because the fast version is almost a little too fast.
Yeah.
It's like neither version's perfect. It's like too fast or a little too slow.
Do you remember when they used to do that back in the old school musicals? Like Glamazonian Airways, you had that first group that like had no comedy, and
Yeah.
the second group had all of them.
Yeah,
This felt a lot like that.
that makes sense.
It was like, this one is clearly meant to do better than the other one is. On an unrelated note, and something I will be obnoxiously doing the rest of the episode as we record today, I love what Vanity calls Teresa, and I've heard other queens that have come into the show, and Marina did it all UK too, where they call her Choriza,
Choriza.
where there's a T.
Choriza.
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 I want to know where that T's coming from.
Do you know what's also, it was funny to me, as you're saying Vanity, you wanted to say Veronica's name so bad.
I did.
Veronica and Victoria are both gone, and they're still coming for us. There's still that one V name, and it's every time it's like Veronica's gone. Nope. Victoria Green. Nope.
Vanessa Vanjie's gone. Vivacious Vanjie.
Nope. I lost it.
Vivacious Vivaldi.
Wow, that's art, mama.
Yeah.
You've been false from A to
The
Z.
Z. So our teams are called the Slice Girls and Pick and Mix. So, I mean, I don't have a ton to say about the Slice Girls other than Kitty was really the only one who had pop star energy. And it very much came off like, I'm not going to fuck up in front of Baby Spice.
Okay, but was it not a parallel to Shez being the girl group obsessed one and
Yeah.
the only one in their group who really did well?
Yeah. Good parallel to them.
Perhaps it's a curse.
Oh, maybe.
They shine while everyone else flounders.
That didn't help Jan at all. The girl group obsessed one.
Or Rosé.
Didn't help either one of them.
Only applicable in the UK.
Something's happening over there.
It's one of those things where it just doesn't translate in the States, you know?
Maybe it's the free healthcare.
Oh, yeah.
Could be that.
It's definitely that.
And then Pick and Mix. I thought Vanity was really fierce. I thought she was really, really fierce. I did like the titty pop.
I'm gonna hit the ground running.
I thought the BD titty was so good. And then choriza, speaking in Spanish.
Yeah.
I loved that my accent is thick, but so is my BDE. And Ruth
Crazy.
says later on in this season, I think it's the episode she goes home, where Ruth's like, you have a meaty tuck. And Teresa goes, yes, my penis is very big.
Yes.
I'm
Queen.
so obsessed with her.
Can I say Ella?
Ella.
Mute this.
Sorry, Ella.
Take your headphones out. The key. It was. I don't want to quote. I don't want to reference a transphobe's work, but in Sorcerer's Stone, when he enters that room and there's all the different keys flying away, and he has to get on the broom and try
and he can't
fly around and chase it down.
Yeah,
chasing that. No.
She was on her broom,
she was
trying
Usain
so hard.
Bolt running after it. And I feel alright saying that because I'm not judging her drag.
No,
she was gorgeous in that pink
beautiful
wig, that bodysuit. The body was banging.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also am not one to judge singing because I can't sing for shit.
Yeah, I can't sing either.
But she went so high for the. I think she had the first verse, didn't she?
I believe so.
She opened it and she started so high, and I was a little nervous. I will say.
Did you stay nervous?
I mean, they started laughing. I was like, oh. Literally me watching Drag Race, I'm like waiting to see how they're going to edit the reactions, and then if the judges are laughing, I'm like, oh, thank God. I was laughing at the other one, but for different reasons. Scarlett's quiet like a mouse.
Her forgetting her lyrics and just standing there, I kind of laughed.
And like her having like the ones where it was like the inflection, she had the like angry like get out my pub, but she like missed it. She just kind of like, oh God,
it's so cringe.
You couldn't like have an actor like act out. It's one of those things where it's like in shows when like an actor like sings bad or dances bad or they mess something up. It's so hard to get a genuine fuck up like that,
right?
Because that was an otherworldly like. That's what I mean is you couldn't have an actor emulate that sort of disconnection from the universe like that. And like I sympathize also because like truly worst nightmare and like obviously she's going through it later, but like that literally like, I feel like that is like dream you wake up on Drag Race, you're doing a verse
and you don't remember any of the words.
Scarlett's quiet like a mouse. Get out my pub.
But then, like, doing that line to the ground.
Girl, it was iconic.
It was in its own way.
Can I also say, I liked Charity's performance. I liked her verse.
Bitch, I did too. They hate Charity. Like, this is their target of hatred this season. Like, I don't want to say Charity's the Jan, but like, because she's such a different archetype. But she's like the Jan.
Well, okay. And you know, it's funny. I can't even think of anyone as alternative as her that's been as disliked as her. Because usually when a queen on Drag Race is the odd one out alternative one, like the Sharon,
Utica, or
Willow,
Evie.
And I mean, there are as many that are as like alternative and like spooky as her.
Right.
But even to that extent, like, I feel like they're always met with way more positive reception.
Right.
And she's like being met with this like, who are you freak kind of vibe.
Yeah, very that.
And it's like, what is this? Like, do you not live for this shit? Like,
I thought y'all liked this.
Yeah. Are y'all not gagging?
Maybe on the smell. So I'm curious how you would rank this. And I think I already know. UK Hun, Breakup Bye Bye, and BDE.
UK Hun.
Top.
Breakup Bye Bye.
Correct.
BDE.
Same. This was so like blah, blah, blah. In the words of Kesha.
Yeah, and like next season's isn't that much better either.
No, I don't even remember 4.
Next season's Dakota Schiffer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one where they do it really early and like 8 of them get a badge, remember?
Spoilers,
sorry.
That's right, because in 5 they only give 1 out. They used up all their badge reservoir. and there was nothing left.
It was a punk song. It was like La Voix. Nope.
Nope, definitely not Lavoie. There's
Her,
too much drag race.
What is her name? Oh my
Dakota,
God.
baby.
No, I can't remember her name. She was just on UK versus the World. LaPhil.
LaPhil.
Not Lavoie, LaPhil. Jesus Christ. It was like LaPhil, Dakota. Anyways. Yeah, I think that it's the first two were gold and it's been hard to keep up.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
It's no tongue pop.
Oh my God. Also, remember last week we were talking about Drag Race All Scarlets and I brought up the bad one? There's another Scarlet that I forgot about.
Who?
Bobo.
Looks are a no-no.
I
Dressed
totally...
like a clown and showed in the promo.
I never call her Scarlet. So
Bobo. I know. I always think Bobo.
Yeah.
I know. It's so funny because when I look at her, I don't think of the name Scarlet.
No.
Like, she doesn't look like a Scarlet to me.
Not at all.
She's a
Bobo.
I freaking love her though. So
Yeah.
I would love for her to be on something.
Yeah. All Bobos versus all Scarlets.
It's like veterans versus like newbies,
Yeah.
but it's Scarlets versus Bobos.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just one. Would you rather
just her.
fight? Would you rather face one Bobo-sized Scarlet or 10 Scarlet-sized Bobos?
I'll take the 10 Scarlet-sized Bobos.
I was thinking about her though because the Love Inc. girly was just on Drag Race Canada.
Oh.
And it made me think of You're a Superstar by Love Inc. and her doing that backslide across the runway.
Yeah.
To that Love Inc. song.
That was a good one.
Scarlet Bobo, I love you, girl. I know you're listening.
Mwah, mwah, kisses, you're amazing.
It was so funny because I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to this Housewives podcast. But she's friends with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh.
Her name is Crystal. Her husband is Rob Minkoff, who directed. To me, the most important thing is Haunted Mansion, but he did other things.
The Eddie Murphy one?
Yes.
That's a good movie.
Yes, slay. Anyways, she was saying like she was talking about Sarah Michelle Gellar getting sponsored by Delta. And she's like, "Sorry, Sarah, I know you're listening." And I was like, "That is crazy that like Sarah Michelle Gellar is listening because we always say, 'Hey, girl, I know you're listening.'" I'm like, "Bitch, no one's listening to this."
They're not listening to that. Although, who knows? Pangina Heels just messaged me thanking me for my Drag Race reviews. So
that is crazy.
Who knows? I know Xana watched a couple of my Drag Race Canada views.
Xana, oh my God.
I'm obsessed with Xana. She's such a main character.
I'm obsessed with Xana. And I wish her nothing but the best because I feel like it makes me sad because I feel like she's getting heat. And I'm like, no, she's doing exactly what you want her to do.
Yeah.
She's such a fun character.
She's so main character.
She is. I mean, she's been from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like she's so harmless.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm like missing something, but I feel like people are getting riled up for nothing, like the fans over her behavior. Totally. I think she's just like good, like TV fun, and she's just slaying and
she's
having
just
a
being
good
fierce.
time and being on Drag Race
Yeah.
and like having a little drama and like being a little slay and being a little cunty, and I love it.
I do too.
I think she's doing what she came to do.
Yeah. Her and Michaela have the same type of energy. Like, I'm giving TV.
Yeah, totally.
Doing TV.
Teva.
Teva.
Tuvu.
Tuvu.
Tuvalu.
Tuvelu.
Tuvalusion.
Tuverusion.
Get Tuvalu on the phone now.
So our runway category, we've transitioned so many times to not talk about this episode.
That's
I feel like,
unfortunate, isn't it?
Isn't it? I feel like the next one is... Nope, the next one's just as bad. It's a Night of 1,000 Spice Girls.
Love.
Do you feel like there was an oversaturation of the same Spice Girl?
There was, which made me appreciate Ella's Sporty Spice all the more.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a little bit of an oversaturation, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Crystal did Baby Spice.
Slay.
Charity did Scary Spice.
Slay.
Kitty did Baby Spice.
Slay.
Scarlet did Scary Spice.
Slay.
So that's 2 for 2.
Yeah.
We have River doing Ginger.
Yes.
We have Vanity doing Scary.
Okay.
And Teresa did Ginger.
Okay. So here's can I share my thoughts?
Yeah, please do.
I think that of course like the one black woman on the cast should do the one black Spice Girl. So the fact that there were 3 people doing Scary was kind of crazy to me. but that's fine. I mean, and okay, and what I'll say is for Charity, it kind of made sense because Scary is the one who aesthetically she can warp into her vision the most.
I don't think the others should really...
Scarlet was a bit of a head scratcher, not gonna lie.
Isn't she kind of always, though?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Scarlet.
We'll get to the lettuce.
But we are going to talk about that lettuce.
I appreciated the variety in choosing ginger. I didn't like either of the ginger spice
I didn't
looks.
either.
For me, para me, Crystal had my favorite look. It was just so delish. And it wasn't even that baby spice, TBH. It was just the hair to me that was baby spice. But she just looked so hot. I loved it.
It's fascinating that she was able to turn this bulky, gigantic snowplow suit, Martha May Whovier,
into like the cunty version of
Yes.
Lizzie McGuire's igloo dress.
Yes!
It's
Ariel Versace
It's
left gagged.
literally the yesified version.
Yeah,
of
and
it.
she's got a waist.
Yeah.
No girls go on Drag Race and are able to use a coat like this and have a waist.
Tiniest little waist.
With all the proportions looking right.
Yeah.
She's so good at drag.
She's so good. So talented.
Yeah.
Prodigy. For me, runner-up, Charity Case.
I love
Fabulous.
Charities.
Loved it. I think she made it in her vision, like I said. And I think that was fierce. And runner-up, I'm giving it to freaking Elle of a Day because she did sporty. And I was here for that lone Mel C representation. And I also think it was the most like kind of, I guess, athletic or like fit one.
Yeah.
Doing sporty was kind of funny to me. And kind of leaning into their own masculine attributes and doing a more like kind of sporty character. I thought it was fun.
Me
I
too.
was here for it.
Yeah, the way that they treated Charity was very similar to the way they treated Milk doing that male RuPaul look. Like, why didn't you gag for this?
We're still in the olden days in the UK.
Totally.
Of course. How can I forget? It's only season 3. Our eyes haven't been opened yet.
It's only 2021. How could we expect them to be progressive at this time? Only 3 years
we're in
ago.
the dark ages.
We might as well be in the fields as serfs at this point. So, Pick and Mix wins the whole thing. All 4 win, which I live.
Yeah.
They did not love Charity
No.
all. But they also grumbled about her being in blue. But I thought she was purposefully trying to like be the standout weirdo. So it made sense to me.
Yeah.
They hated it. They hated it. I want to know how you would hire a quirky girl if you don't want them to be quirky.
Don't do dots.
Don't wear bacon. Don't do dots. Don't wear bacon.
Quirky girls like
Don't
Kelly
blue.
Mantle getting slided left and right.
It's the Kelly Mantle archetype. It's like the Jan, but the Kelly Mantle is Kelly wearing bacon, Dusty in her dots, Charity in this cat look.
And it's a literal Kelly mantle, and it's like a mantle with like their portraits. It's like the Drag Race Hall of Fame, and there's around the corner from the Drag Race Hall of Fame is the Kelly mantle.
It's on Stacy Lane.
Yeah. Make a right on Stacy Lane, and you'll see the Kelly mantle.
And right next to that is the Drag Race Hall of Fame. It leads right to it. So I think, honestly, I want to say my truth. I think Katie would have won if she was not on this group.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was the winner of her group.
Yeah.
Chez.
Totally. So Scarlett and Charity have to lip sync to Who Do You Think You Are?
The race is on to get out of the bottom.
Oh, also I forgot in my notes that Scarlett apologizes for not picking Choriza. And she says, "Don't be silly, I'm quite happy you didn't."
Yeah, Queen.
Everything.
Queen. So good.
I'm so obsessed with her. And it turns out to be a double Shantae. Scarlett has very much like the same energy lip syncing as Delta did to that bangle in MacArthur Park. You know, like just in their
Or,
own
like the
fantasy.
world was her Bengal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Charity kind of ate her up.
Oh, totally.
I feel like were they just like, oh, you had such a rough day, kid. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Do you think it was right to use the double Shantae in this episode? Because they had to eventually, since they had someone drop. Or do you think they should have maybe saved it for another episode.
The only thing is, in this instance, it does feel like a true bias for Scarlet.
Totally.
Because, I only say that, everyone did good in this challenge, except for Scarlet.
Yes, objectively.
And then she also objectively was weaker on the runway and weaker in the lip sync.
Yeah.
So she could have on paper gone home, but I feel like they had a soft spot for her and made it the double save because it wasn't a you both slayed it so hard that you both deserve to. Because I think next week they turn it out harder equally than this week.
Yeah.
I think that they put up more of an equal fight.
Yeah.
Than a more of a one-ended fight this week.
Right.
But that's just my opinion, my team, my truth.
I would agree with you. I think on a production number standpoint, they maybe wanted to have 2 groups of 4 for the next episode, which is why they did it here, because they were like, crap, next week is a group. But, like, I don't think it would have been that detrimental to have a 3 and a 4 group.
So then, okay, confusion. So Victoria had stayed, what? It had been 5 and 4?
Maybe.
Like, isn't that weird? Like,
do you feel like they were planning a double elim too?
Maybe that was all. What if a double elim was already in the cards?
Right.
But they held on to it and saved it for after the double save.
That they, like, just wanted to make sure they used it. Like, they ordered that many episodes, planned for the double elim. Maybe they were going to use it in the final episode, because I haven't gotten to the semifinals yet. I don't know what's going to happen coming forward. But, like, I know it goes to a top 3, right? So, like, maybe they were planning on having it be 5 at the penultimate and then eliminate 2. So then they just used it earlier.
That'd be juicy.
Tinfoil hat time.
Yeah.
So we move into episode 5, which is Draglexa.
Yes. Everyone's favorite episode.
This was a mess.
This was a mess, and it's all my favorite things. It's a green screen challenge.
Acting.
Okay. So, do you want to just, like, get right into it? Was there a mini challenge?
Yeah, the mini challenge is a dog race where it's literally like the dog Olympics.
Oh, of course.
But
How could I forget?
How could you have forgotten that? That's groundbreaking. There is something, though, that is kind of important here, storyline-wise, is that Rue tells them all to just latch on with their best bitch. And Scarlett latches on to Charity and hugs her to be like, I want to work with you.
And Charity
yanks
pretends
away.
like Scarlett is not there. Scarlett is... It's like she was playing Silent Hill and a dead body latched on to her. Like, the way that she just was like... and then just, like... and just wiggled herself free and scooted along was actually, like... I scream.
Yeah, I did too. It was the way that she was sitting there, like, Wii Shop music playing as she was trying to figure out what just happened. Like, do.
It very much reminded me of in Down Under. I just started the season of Down Under that just concluded, by the way. I didn't tell you. I just watched the first episode.
I heard it was really good and people are loving it.
I heard it's a good season, so I wanted to see it. I wanted to see Michelle host. So, this bitch, they asked her who had the weakest entrance look. And she was like, the person who asked me is the person who I would say, so I'm just not going to say anything. And so she's literally just staring at the mirror, not answering them. And they're like, Lucine. And she's just, like, doing her makeup, like, full on ignoring them. Like, just doing her makeup, just complete neutral, like, I guess we'll find out later. It just killed me. It just, like, one of those moments of, like, you know what? I don't know what to say to you, so I'm just going to pretend you're not there. That was Charity in that moment. She said, you know what?
Totally.
I don't know how I'm going to reject you, so I'm just going to unlatch you from me and walk away.
As if you are not here.
Yeah.
I know you put both arms around me, but you don't exist to me.
Yeah. I did block that out.
That was juicy, though. And she, like, runs over to Kitty and grabs under
Books
her.
it.
Books it.
She's
hoofs
like,
it.
Kitty, save me, please.
Like, I don't want to do this, please. So they do this silly little mini challenge, which was kind of nuts. And Scarlett and Crystal win. Probably because Scarlett was the only one who was not yelling. Oh, no. It was Crystal. Crystal was the owner. Crystal was the only one not yelling. at her dog, where everyone was like, "Move it, you slag! Move it, you bitch!" Whatever. And I'm like, do we need to call PETA?
Yeah, what kind of behavior?
Yeah, right. What's going
Is this
on?
pet ownership in the UK?
Y'all would just be yelling at your dogs like this in public. And I think that's probably the other reason why Crystal won. Because, like, they weren't particularly funny. But she was just like, oh, good girl. You're doing good. Ooh, I don't know what this accent is.
I love
It's like
it, though.
a little transatlantic kind of.
It was
Oh,
like
you're doing
transatlantic Betty Boop.
Oh, you're doing so good.
Boop,
Toot,
boop,
toot. And the main challenge is to do in-home assistant Draglexas. Do you remember when they were doing all those Alexa memes? Like, those were blowing up.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, Alexa, help me out finding a cute outfit. Wash your pussy, bitch.
It's funny because I feel like we're so deeply at this point in time now, 3 years later, so deeply integrated into AI and
Totally.
all of that, that's not even a joke anymore.
Right.
That's not a joke.
That's not a joke. Girls
It's
don't
about
joke about
jokes.
that.
If it's about jokes, it would have said JK.
You didn't say JK Kimura. And so, this was awkward. I feel like this could have been really interesting if it had been one narrator and all three of them were doing different versions of an Alexa.
Yeah.
Like, and I also think this could have been a really great opportunity to reference the show almost. And be like, Alexa, can you tell me what you think about my outfit? And then one of the girls goes, much better.
Yeah.
And then maybe they're like, Alexa, I need to get in the shower. And then one of them goes, I'm dripping.
Okay.
You know, and just
okay.
reference Drag Race. Like in season 7,
Yes.
where they did the Not Tan With You. What was the other one? The Max one. Cry, 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 cry.
Sissy That Walk.
Sissy That Walk.
I
Thank
had
you.
to, I had, it's like the alphabet. I had to like go through the chorus to get to the, okay, kind of going off of that. What if it was like Draglexa, the Michelle edition, Draglexa, the Ross, not Ross,
Ross,
the
Graham.
Graham, and then the, what is his name? The sweet baby angel, Alan.
Alan Carr.
The Alan Carr edition, where it was like they each kind of like had that as a through line.
That could have been fun.
So, because it wasn't fun. But do you agree with the internet opinion that at least there should have been a win and it should have gone to River Medway?
I did like River's Runway a lot.
River Runway.
River Runway. I'm torn because like this is a situation where Rue is so mad. But I mean, I do remember I liked River and the runway was good.
Yeah.
The runway was really good, but she was pissed.
Yeah, she was mad. So it's kind of like she wanted to make an example.
Yeah, which is strange to me because I don't think Rue has any concept that they're in the UK where they win no money.
Yeah.
And
There's no stakes for these women.
There's no stakes. Like, they don't have any reason to do great other than to be on a national platform. And I think Rue did this in UK too, yelling at Glenn Close. I think...
But no cigar.
No cigar. But no cigar. I think she... Like, this is the same side of the coin.
Yeah, I think she has really high standards for the women of the UK. Mm-hmm. Especially in these early seasons, because the first couple are so strong that she's like really wanting the best from them.
Yeah. My favorite thing, though, is that she takes this energy of, I'm mad at you all for doing bad, but then just not doing anything, just punishing them with no wins, and then flies back home to America a couple of weeks later to start recording for 14, and goes, you know what? You all disappointed me. I'm going to make all of you lip sync next week.
For real.
She, like, learns from her mistake and thinks about it and goes, you know what? I thought I got a better punishment for when they piss me off. I'm going to make them all lip sync.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I really wish... It's like when you have a disagreement with someone and you think of different ways you could have handled it or things you could have said to them. That was RuPaul.
Totally.
She was at the fracking ranch like, what could I have done to those girls to make them suffer?
Fracking ranch. The runway is ex-Penny Henny.
Love.
And you know what? When UK versus the World 2 came out and Teresa was talking about doing ex-Penny Henny, I'm like, ex-Penny? Is this like a ex-convict.
She's an ex-penny.
What is ex-penny? Like, what is this? And it made a lot more sense when I heard Rue say it, like, ex-penny. Then it was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Do you feel like some of these looks expensive?
I feel like some of these looked actually quite cheap.
I would agree. My favorite was Charity.
I was going to say, there's like kind of like I feel like Charity, and for me, my favorite is River.
Loved her.
And then there's like a strong line drawn.
Beyond that.
And then everyone else. Because even Crystals, who they loved and praised, to me, very tacky, very cheap.
It was so tacky looking.
Just because it was like, I'm sure it was gorgeous in person and like super shiny. But like,
sure.
To me, the only two who looked expensive were, okay, Charity's was expensive because it was a lot of expensive pieces. But she herself, like, she was like, it was more like the, you know, the gremlin.
The idea of money.
Stealing, which was a fun idea.
Yeah.
Was she herself was not expensive, but she was a purveyor of expensive things.
Right.
But then the only one who actually they themselves were radiating like
luxness
was freaking River Medway.
I agree.
Who like one of those moments where a girl comes out and like it's just like completely like in a vacuum from everything else that they deliver in the competition. Like the mug, the performance of it, like the like radiance of it. Like she was just like grinning ear to ear and like had such like a positive energy about it. Like,
she looked beautiful.
Because it was also like, it was very like celebratory and like, oh God, it was so stunning.
It is.
And it's like also like, I just always love when a girly does like a cultural moment and you can tell that they're like really like glowing from that.
Yeah.
But like, God, she looked so freaking beautiful. Like
she
that
really
was like,
did.
I was like, this is a 16-year-old girl like at like an event. Like,
right.
She's not. So Charity had an expensive looking thing. And then for me, River was the only one who was giving expensive woman. Because Charity wasn't a woman. Not that that's a bad thing. She was an expensive goblin.
She was a monster.
I love expensive monster.
Yeah.
In terms of like expensive womana, River was the only one who delivered. Because even people who I thought, like Ella, I thought she would deliver a nice luxe gown.
She looked like she was going to like a Tony Award or something.
Not even. Like the Tony's like after party.
Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
No, the banquet where they like announced she was at the Men in Music Business Conference in this dress.
She's the staffer who was taking notes.
Not the staffer.
And is reminding the star who everybody is on the runway.
PR.
Yeah.
Clipboard in hand.
Yeah. Who's that one person from Devil Wears Prada? That's Senator whoever, and that's the girl that he left his wife for.
Okay. I'd like to group them together.
Sure.
Let's talk about the bodysuits.
So many bodysuits.
There's the trinity of expensive quote-unquote bodysuits, which are Vanity, Kitty, and Crystal. For me, I think Vanity had the most expensive looking bodysuit.
She's number one. It's because of color.
Yes. And I think she looked stunning. I think she didn't get enough flowers for that.
No.
I don't like either of the other two, but I would put Crystal second because I just really didn't like Kitty's. The nude illusion was strange for me.
I like the shoulder pads, and that's like my favorite part of it.
I like the structure of the bodysuit, but I don't like that's a nude illusion bodysuit in a non-human shape with like paillettes of like silver over it.
Yeah, they're pence, because it's
of course
X-penny.
Sixpence none the richer.
Right.
Kiss me.
Alanis Morissette?
What?
Who sang that?
Sixpence none the richer.
Oh, that's the group.
That's the only song I know by them. I just remember that name because I'm like, what a band name.
I'm on something tonight thinking that was Alanis Morissette.
You're having me with Jump Girls Aloud.
Yes.
It's okay. I've been there, girl. I've been there.
I know what it's like.
Okay, I will say, I'll give Scarlett's a mid 2.
It was a really meh.
I think she's slightly above a lot of these body. I would put the 2 at the top, like I said. There's the line drawn in the sand.
Right.
And then I think Vanity is close to that line in the sand and she's staring at it. And then I think that Scarlett is staring at Vanity.
staring.
at the line in the sand. And then the bodysuits, the other two bodysuits and Ella are behind her, and then Theresa May is fanning them with her money gun.
Theresa and LeMay was crazy.
Theresa LeMay.
I don't remember what her updated look was for Versus the World.
I don't either.
And I like kind of want to look at it again.
This like gold LeMay Troop Beverly Hills, like with a money gun.
Not Troop Beverly Hills.
Is it not Troop Beverly Hills?
You're right.
But with gold LeMay and a money gun?
You're right. Wait, is this? This wasn't Xpenny. No. Hold on. I need to go back to the wiki for this. Because
I need to go to the wiki, girl.
Drag Race UK versus the World 2. Lurks. Do you remember when Rue was doing that? Our first lurk.
Stop trying to make lurk happen.
RuPaul, stop making it try to happen. It's not going to happen. Do you have Teresa's look up? I want to put them next to each other as soon as I find it.
Like
Scarlett did that Creature from the Black Lagoon look that was really good.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember that being everything.
It's like Princess Diary, the two pictures from Paolo.
Oh my god. And here is your princess. I'm on Reveal Yourself. I'm scrolling. It was in Snatch Game, was it?
We're not talking. I
don't remember.
I feel like I have a better memory of the old seasons than I do these recent ones.
Yeah. Oh, this was our Xpenny Henny. Girl, what the hell is this?
Oh, yeah, no.
No, the old one is better.
The hat makes sense contextually.
Yeah.
See, there's the pieces. There's the red. She changed it for like a chrome. Yeah, I don't like it still.
I don't like it. The old one was better.
I like this weird Troop Beverly Hills poncho.
Me too. Sorry, Theresa May. I think you're great.
Sorry, Theresa. Love you, girl.
Don't like that. So, what ends up happening here is a fascinating series of events where Rue then asks who should go home because she's so disappointed in everyone. She's like, how about you all tell me what you want?
Yeah. Who's responsible?
Who's responsible for this? Ella says Charity. Scarlett says Charity. Kitty says Vanity. Theresa says Scarlett. Then Scarlett was like, well, I wanted to do more. I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. And I wanted to say, no wire hangers.
Oh my god. That part.
The monologue.
The monologue with like the no laughs.
It was very Loris coded about the brains.
Oh my god.
I've been a vegan for 48 years.
Scarlett and Loris. Wow.
They're the same person.
Scarlett is like in it, Loris.
It's you dating it. It's you dating it, Loris. Crystal says Scarlett. River says Scarlett. Charity says Scarlett. And Vanity says Scarlett.
If Scarlett had gone first and said what she had said, I think everyone would have said Scarlett.
The dice would have totally been rolled against her. And she throws an absolute tantrum and Untucked about this. And I get being in your feels and being upset that a lot of people chose you. That you universally are not liked in the workroom. But she like walks out after...
My coochie fell out.
Not your coochie.
I'm so sorry.
Not your coochie kitty. Do you want it? I see it.
My cooch.
There. I found
My
it.
coochalicious.
And I was like, come on. Not all this. Sell me the justification.
It's just hard after like last week you're also so emotionally heightened.
Yeah.
That it's just difficult to deal with that 2 weeks in a row from the same person.
I get it.
Which, not to invalidate their emotions, because what they're feeling is real.
Mm-hmm.
Real is what you feel. Feelings aren't real. How about those lyrics?
The realness.
If real is what you feel, feelings aren't real.
It's like really meta, but it doesn't mean anything.
It's like kind of super deep, but also like, what?
It's a little bit of Xana's verse.
We're not going to talk about Xana's verse. We'll talk about Xana's verse in 2027 when we're talking about Canada 3.
But not right now. Canada 3. Vivian Panay.
Soup of the day. But yeah, it's hard because it's like from a like viewer standpoint, it is hard because I think you had a lot of sympathy for them last week. And then this week you're now, okay, now what's this?
Right.
And it's hard because, again, like, hearing your name that much is frustrating.
Sure.
But did you watch the most recent season with Banksy? Not the most recent, the second most recent season?
I think we watched all of it, didn't we? I think we stopped after Caramel went home.
Did I show you the episode where Banksy and Caramel get in the fight and she walks out and she just flips them off?
Yeah.
That's what I want Scarlett to do.
Yeah.
Just yeah, fuck off. Flip them off,
right.
Walk out. That's the kind of energy I need. Banksy, love you, girl. I know you're listening. I know you're a real one. Love you, Banksy.
You know, interesting parallels between the Scarlets, because Scarlet Envy got called by everybody to go home, and Scarlet Bobo was like throwing tantrums all the time. So like it's almost a Venn diagram where it's like Scarlet throws tantrums, Scarlet gets chosen by everybody, and then right in the middle is Scarlet Harlot, where the circles meet.
Wow, she's the center of the Venn.
Yeah. She's where the two Scarlets meet to create a new Scarlet variant.
Two Scarlets diverge in a yellow wood.
They lip sync to Big Spender by Shirley Bassey. I thought that Charity was really funny, and her little gremlin energy was hysterical.
Yeah.
I loved her. Scarlett's hair fell apart. It was like when Morgan was lip syncing to Why You Mad Though? And it was just like tendrils everywhere.
Yeah, she was having too much fun.
Fun. Do you want to have fun? Fun. I feel like Charity won this for me.
Yeah.
But like, Rue hates her.
Yeah. I already said, I think this was way more of an even match. Like, this deserved more of a double safe than.
Agree.
See, in an alternate universe, this lip sync happened first. It was a double safe. And then Who Do You Think You Are happened, and Charity sent Scarlett home. Wah, wah. And then Charity was there for Snatch Game.
How do you think that would have gone, though?
Bad.
Me too.
So they would have hated it.
So let's talk about that, because that's up next.
Let's talk about that.
Let's hold space for that. So we got a reading challenge, and you know what? I think
you can have it back.
Yeah. There was only one that I really loved, and that was Teresa. I loved her bait and switches. Crystal, your makeup is so bad. Ugh, that was for Vanity. Crystal, your wigs are so ugly. That was for Ella. Ella, you look like a beautiful man when you're in drag. Kitty's got claws, but Kitty's got no badges. But you'll get one at DragCon.
Good shit.
Really good
shit. She did slay that.
She did.
There's usually in an abominable
snowman.
In an abominable snowman of a reading challenge, there's usually one that is actually still pretty funny.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to be fair, in season 2, I don't remember anyone's reads but Jujubee's.
Yeah. Is your barbecue cancelled? Because your grill is fucked. But I do think about Raja being like, fat, ugly, whatever she said. Who cares?
Syphilis.
That was really good, despite it just being mean. So the workroom walkthrough is fascinating, because I have never seen Rue derail a set of contestants the way that she did here.
Outer saboteur.
Outer saboteur. Who needs an inner one when you've got a RuPaul?
Yeah, when you have a RuPaul who's hellbent on ruining your life.
Ruining
your life, TM, wink.
She tells Teresa to play a different character than the one she planned. She tells Ella to swap from her psychic to Nigella, which was a genuinely good idea.
Yes, that was divine intervention.
She tells Scarlett to play Macaulay Culkin.
Now that... And then I feel like they rewarded them just because they didn't want to be like, you know what? I shouldn't have told you to do this.
Right. They got pity laughs, is what
Pity
I think
laughs.
Scarlett did.
That's my drag name. Pity laughs.
And then there's like me in the back going, woo!
Pity!
Love Pity! And then we've got Rue telling Kitty to play Gemma. 4 out of 8. 7. 4 out of 7.
Telling her to play Gemma is very like, hey, I know this fat blonde British woman. You should do her. You know her too, yeah? I know her.
You should do her
But
because I know her.
But then she did her, and then RuPaul's like, actually, I don't know anything you're talking about.
Not a thing.
She basically did the Big Brother highlight reel, which I'm okay with. But,
yeah.
But as someone who's also watched the highlight reel of Gemma Collins on Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother UK on YouTube, I get it. The season with Tiffany Pollard.
Is that the one where New York calls her a fat cunt?
Yeah. So much happens in that season. She thinks she's seen a ghost. Gemma thinks she's seen a ghost. They're in the middle of the night. She's like, oh no, I'm not fucking with that.
Do you remember when that one girl in Canada said that she had gotten fucked by a ghost in her sleep?
Yeah, because her booty hole trembled in the middle of the night. Sure do. I think about
Is that coming up?
Yeah. No. That's 3.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
was that Jada Shada?
That is Jada Shada.
That's 3. Damn. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that.
Was it Jada Shada Houston? What's her name?
Jada Shada Hudson. There's too much drag. We could have Drag Race all Jadas.
Drag Race all Jadas, and then Jada Pinkett Smith is a surprise contestant. But it's actually Shangela! It's just Shangela and Day Drag.
Oh no! Okay, so let's get into the Snatch Game. We've got Kitty playing Gemma, which the tan line was crazy.
It was crazy. Okay, so I appreciated it. Because I knew every reference she was making, but it made me a little uncomfy because I don't think RuPaul understood any of the references she was making.
No,
except
so
for
clear.
the My Hair is Frazzled Darren, which is like, why is that what stuck? Because these are all from the same thing. That's what's funny. Is everything she's referencing is from the same source.
Yeah.
But My Hair is Frazzled Darren is like the only thing that they know. But her run on Celebrity Big Brother UK is iconic, so I do appreciate it.
It would have been kind of recent at this timeline, right?
It's always recent, mama.
You're so right.
It's always relevant.
You're so right.
It was
Yeah, she was fine. Crystal is playing Selena Mosinski?
Charity Shop Sue.
Charity Shop Sue.
I assume it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm playing Catherine Tate, but they do the Catherine Tate character.
As Nan, sure.
I assume it's that kind of tea. I'm sorry that I'm uncultured. I'm
Me
a little
too.
stupid American. I don't know Miss Charity Shop Sue. She's actually... You'll see.
Oh, okay. The makeup was great.
You'll be familiar with her work soon. I'll say that.
Oh.
I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of Charity Shop Sue. That being said, because I didn't really know what she was supposed to be, I actually thought it was kind of funny.
I thought it was too.
Especially just because it was her doing it. I was like, bitch, what are you doing? She was kind of acting a fool, and I appreciate it. From what I garnered from the critiques, it was a very bad impersonation of what she was trying to do. But taken out of context, I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah, I liked it. It was... Oh my god, Mistress, I'm so sorry. Please mute this part. It was like Mistress doing Rosie. Like, it wasn't a good impression, but it was funny. Didn't she do Rosie?
Rosie by way of Abby Lee Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, it was very that coded to me.
Jada Prince.
Yeah, very that.
Jada Shada Prince.
Jada Prince. Too much Drag Race. We have Choriza playing Margarita that one. Prakatan. Thank you.
She kept saying Brigadoon, and I didn't know what she was talking about. Again, Schmigadoon. Love
Wasn't
that
she just
show.
saying her last name? Prakatan.
I thought she was saying Brigadoon. I don't know.
I think she was saying her last name, Prakatan.
I am, once again, uncultured. I didn't know who this bitch was.
No. Her R rolling was funny, but like she was trying really hard but never got anywhere. It was like a tire stuck in mud. Just like spinning but not going anywhere the whole time. Scarlett was playing Macaulay Culkin, which was stupid and not funny for even a second. But it was in the dossier that she was funny. So Michelle was like, and you were hilarious.
She did kind of look like him, though.
Oh, totally did.
She was giving that.
The face was right.
But yeah, she just kept screaming at the camera.
I would have loved if at some point, like, she just got really rough looking, like how Macaulay looked in American Horror Story.
Oh my god, yeah, like white blonde hair,
Yeah.
like grown out, shaggy. Yeah, that would have been funny.
Like, slowly grew up throughout the Snatch Game and just got rougher and rougher looking. Vanity was playing Jocelyn J. Essien. She was there.
As Gladys Kingston. Again, a woman playing a woman playing a woman.
It's layers upon layers upon layers.
And in the layers, there were no laughs.
No, not even one.
But I love Vanity, so I won't speak ill of her.
It was Alyssa playing Shangela in that lip sync Lollapalooza.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Deep cuts. Then River was playing Amy Childs. She was also just there.
She was very much there. I did okay. In contrast to Scarlett, I didn't know who she was playing, but I could tell it wasn't good.
Yeah, me too. It was so bad. But like the makeup was interesting. I thought she looked beautiful in a weird way.
Did you like that red on her?
No. But the contacts were fun.
Yeah.
She definitely had contacts in.
She definitely had contacts in her eyes.
In her eyeballs. And then Ella played Nigella Lawson.
Finally, some fucking food.
I was so happy. And I knew of parts of this Snatch Game.
I showed this to you when it happened.
Yeah.
Because I was obsessed with it.
I have Microwave saved as a sound command on my Twitch stream.
But even just like her little interjections between and like little cuts to her little seductive the hand.
Her little hands.
And I know that this is so your tea because
Yeah.
you've talked about Giada.
Yeah.
You've talked about having a Food Network woman.
Yes.
And her being this like seductress.
Yes.
Of a chef is just so fantastic to me.
So good.
It was so good.
And her alliteration, long speeches were so funny. And then just being like, I'm so naughty. I know I shouldn't have done it.
Dirty.
Dirty rice. And I love that she was just playing off of Vanity, who was also like a food person,
She's
right?
also a food person.
So Vanity being like, well, I have dirty rice now. And then
her
meeting.
being the European bitch taking
Yes!
the woman of color's recipe and being like, oh, I have an even dirtier rice than she does.
And the boom boom.
Yeah.
Too. Like, and then advertising that fake book the whole time.
Yeah.
Bitch, it was so
And just
good.
like the way she perched her hand like on her face. Like she just was so good.
She was in character the whole time. I loved her. And then Microwave, RuPaul. She was so good. Have you seen those videos of Nigella, the like YouTube poops? Where she'll be like, and then we get the clams, and I think I'm gonna squirt.
So good.
I love them so much. She was the peak of those memes.
But also just like Microwave as like blank for she who is.
Yes.
Microwave. Microwave for she who is. Like Jesus. It was quite inspiring.
It was brilliant. Her answering basically whatever she wanted to say.
That's my favorite kind of Snatch Game though, is like answer whatever you want because it's gonna be funny regardless. Because that's the thing is like you don't actually have to answer the question.
No.
You just have to be funny.
Yeah.
I think that's more what they mean when they say make them laugh. Is like you don't overthink it. Don't think like what is an in character response to this that fits the question but still makes sense and is a pun but it's like in character. Like no, just say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I'm sure she had Microwave in the bank.
Yeah.
But that was a great time to pull it out.
Oh, it was so good.
A one-word response for what was it, like an autobiography?
Microwave.
Period.
So good. It was like kind of similar to Alaska doing Mae West. Like she wasn't quite answering the questions.
No, but she was funny.
But she was funny. And like Katya doing Bjork. Like these are just, like you said, these wild answers that this person would say, but they aren't necessarily themed to what the question was. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Ella did one of my favorite Snatch Games probably up until this point.
Yeah.
Like this is up there.
It's definitely like the best Snatch Game of the year of 2021.
Oh, fully.
And it's one of my favorite
Well,
Snatch
hold
games.
on. Sahi was really good too. Sahi was crazy this year.
Oh my god.
And Dolly was really
Thinking
good
about
this
her
year.
singing that song.
Yes! With those blacked out teeth.
With like the candle held up. God.
Yeah.
There's
We
like,
had some decently high ones this year.
what was it like? Instead of an answer, I just put a picture of my grandmother.
She was that
but
girl.
yeah, one of my favorite like of the 2020s of the decade.
Yeah. And then we have a very apt runway category for Nigella in particular, being a food one. It's called Feeling Fruity.
I really like this runway.
Love this one. Can we talk about this one in particular? I know we've been kind of
Girl by
glazing over the
girl.
rest.
No, let's do girl by girl.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to load back up into the wiki because I have them by order. We'll do alphabetical.
Darling. Alphabetical.
So we have Choriza
Choriza.
doing a fruit bowl.
Love it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, a peach. Sorry. It looks like a fruit bowl.
Do you know the song? She released a song this night when she got eliminated.
Really?
My pussy is like a peach. My pussy is like a peach.
I need to hear this after that.
Outside is fuzzy, inside is yummy. My pussy is like a peach.
Wow, that's art.
She released it in English and in Spanish.
I love that.
And then I believe, I'm trying to remember who's there. I think Arancha and Ugacio are in the music
love
video.
Arancha.
It's two España One girls. I feel like it's Arancha and Ugacio are in the music video for
Only
it.
that would have been out by now. They would have probably been casting for two by then.
My pussy is like a peach. Iconic song. I'll have to play it for you later.
Yeah. Can I speak my truth?
Of course.
It looks like a pumpkin.
Oh, yeah. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
It's giving autumnal carnival.
It's giving when Disneyland puts up that big pumpkin at the front of the park.
Oh my god, no. She's giving pumpkin parade.
Yeah.
She's pumpkin parade.
She's a pumpkin spice girl. And then we've got Ella doing a watermelon look.
Cute.
She looks really cute. I think the saturation of the pink is a little loud for the runway.
It's not giving watermelon in terms of that color.
No.
It needs to be a little more of like a reddish pink.
I would agree.
I like the cutouts of like the bites for the hips. I think that's really cute.
And the seeds are cute.
And the seeds are cute.
I wish they sparkled.
It's like I like it, but I could have liked it more.
It was a little like Barbie from Kmart. You know? With the color of the hair and the color of the dress.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't quite the branded Barbie, but it was like the off one.
Barbee. Barbie.
Barby.
Barbie.
Barbie goes to watermelon
Be
camp.
whoever you like, Barbie girl.
Then we've got
Kitty Scott Claus.
yeah, doing this cherry look.
Cherry case.
Cherry Scott Claus.
Cherry Scott Claus.
Cherry Scott Claus. I honestly thought strawberry. It doesn't look like cherries to me.
Cherry is hard because I feel like you have to play into like the pear, which she does like in the along her body, but I feel like you have to have the huge pair of cherries to sell it. It's one of those things where visually like we see it a certain way, like grapes.
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
to be a bunch.
Right, you can't just have one.
or two grapes. Exactly. Cherries, it has to be two.
Right.
That's just like how my brain interprets it. And she had to add something
Right
in there, whether it's a fascinator, two cherries on her bum, like.
Maybe she should have called up Tia Coffee and asked if she could borrow that fascinator. Maybe that would have sold it better.
Wow. Spill. It's like, it's kind of giving me Black Forest cake, perhaps? I don't know.
Yeah,
Do
it's giving cake.
Also, if it had been a deeper shade of red, if she had done like a deep, dark, like burgundy kind of satin.
Yeah.
To kind of sell that like dark cherry. Because I think also it's too bright of a red. If it had been a deeper red, she had done a darker red lip, kind of done that dark cherry, black cherry vibe. I think that would have been hot.
A lot of the saturations on this runway were a little off.
Yeah.
Just a bit. But I will say, if this was like a do your best drag, this would be like one of my favorite looks. This is so powerful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. I don't even mind the vein that much. It's a little weird conceptually, but I don't even mind it that much.
To me, it's more like a sexy little Red Riding Hood almost.
Totally. Maybe she owned this and was like, well, I can make this
and
work.
then added the cherries.
Right. Then, what do you think about Crystal's dragon fruit? Because Michelle read it for being the same design.
Can I say, I thought that was bullshit.
I do too.
When she literally said, like, you wore this exact same thing already. And I'm like, no, it was a different silhouette and it was a different color.
Yeah.
The last one was a black bodysuit, and first of all, like it was multiple like different shapes and like cutouts. I was kind of mad about
I
that.
was too.
It made me like this look more because I'm like, no, this is very clearly a very different look.
Yes.
She did not even she you could tell she didn't even make the other look off of this.
Yeah, she didn't even pattern it off this. Which she could have done.
Yeah, like the points of it are different. The shape of it is different. It hits at the hip differently. I was a little mad at Michelle for that. I feel like she was being overly harsh on Christelle.
I was too. And I think what makes me happy about this look is that we've talked about that epidemic of girls who can't create their aesthetic when it comes to a design challenge.
Yeah.
And maybe she needed help with it, but she was able to translate what her drag clearly looks like
Yeah.
into a design challenge. So that
Yeah.
made me like this even more. Like, oh, you were literally referencing something that you would
like,
wear.
Exactly. No, this is just like something that is your aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like you can't have only one pointy bustier.
Right. This made my mouth drop. When she came around the corner, I legit was like,
I thought it was really creative.
yeah.
And it's also fun because it's very simple and it's very her. It's just like the the bodysuit, the cinch waist. It's all the crystal elements. But it's almost like when you take this is nerdy. You take a character in a video game and you just give them a skin where it's the outfit they already have, but it's been recolored to look like something else.
Yeah.
This is like a legendary skin. A
Totally.
crystal.
In DBD.
The dragon fruit skin, where it's like this is already the plain bodysuit she had.
Right.
But you just gave it a different recolor and now she's like a dragon fruit.
Yeah.
And I love
the
that.
spotted tights. I mean, this is clearly custom.
These are the pimple tights that Darby speaks of.
Really?
Is she the one that talks about pimple tights?
Maybe.
This is old school IMHO, but she talks about when you stone tights.
Oh, and
I think it is Darby. She calls them pimple tights when you have
see it.
when you have the rhinestone tights. She's like, I don't like those pimple tights.
I see it. And okay, this fabric it looked dense on the runway. Like it looked like PVC.
Yeah.
And there's an ombre on this.
Yeah, that color gradient is so seamless. And it's a really unnatural color gradient. That fuchsia to that like goldenrod yellow.
Yeah. Like, how do you even do that with this type of textile?
Yeah.
Unless it's paint, which it could be.
Also that like acid green pony. I just thought the color composition was really hot as well.
It was really good. It legit made me gasp.
And it was, to me, the most like high fashion fruit.
Yes. And also like, I don't want to gatekeep what drag has to look like or whatever, but we've talked about this before where like my fantasy is the big titties, small waist, big hips, because I want to see that exaggerated silhouette. A lot of 19-year-old kids would come onto Drag Race with the up-down pole body.
Or cinch, no padding.
Yes.
Because we see that a lot, is like super cinch but no hip.
Right.
She has the hip,
Padded.
she has the waist, and then she has the breastplate.
Yeah.
And again, I know, so close-minded, like tradish.
Right.
But it is just really cool to see such a mastery of that style of drag from such a young age.
Right.
Because also, like, that's the other thing is, like, young queens who do try to do the hips and padding, like, but have never really been intimate with a female body. And it's, like, looking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this is such, like,
Dax exclamation point.
suspicious. It's just such an ergonomic and, like, aesthetically pleasing sculpt of the body that she's created. Like, it's just really impressive.
I would agree. I would like to very quickly breeze by the representation of Willy Wonka's fruit flavored wall on River Medway.
The
lickable wallpaper.
It is very lickable wallpaper. I was gonna say it's giving me runts candy.
Oh yeah.
It's giant runts across her titties and
It's
an upside
tricks
down umbrella.
for kids.
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Yeah.
It is the worst of the night.
It's awful.
Well, tied for the worst.
Well, it definitely tied. But I mean, like, I just want to know where the idea started and ended of thinking this is acceptable for Drag Race. I mean, there's just I feel bad ripping it apart because she probably did not think this was going to be an actual runway category. Probably just packed a couple quick things and like moved on. This is bad, Rue.
I think she would have been more successful literally taking a half dome of something like plastic
Oh,
and
totally.
putting it around her body, almost emulating the Dita Von Teese like martini glass effect,
Oh,
but
uh-huh.
just like you're in a giant bowl. Because I get that that's what she's trying to do. Is she is the fruit in the fruit bowl with fruit all over her.
Who's the artist that did the banana thing?
Nymphia Wynn.
No, 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 no. Well, yes, but the other one. The one that Mo
Andy
Hart.
Warhol.
No, Mo Hart did
Wait.
it.
Oh, Josephine Baker.
Josephine Baker. They could
I
have done
love
something
your
like
modern
that.
interpretation of the finger wave, but then it went south. I think it had something to do with the flat bananas. Suzanne Barch. Yeah,
The
like
fact you just pulled that quote.
I think about that quote so much. That is Suzanne Barch's critique in full to Mo Hart.
Oh, someone else did a Josephine Baker after that.
Yeah,
I don't remember who it was. In any case, River could have done something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think about the lettuce on the runway? Mama, that's not lime.
It's lime in color. Like,
Is it?
she got such a pass.
That's green apple.
Yeah, she could have said she's green apple, but like, I really, whoever said it was lettuce, it's lettuce. She's giving
It was the guest
iceberg.
judge. That girly that was there.
Was it Little Mix this week? No, that was last week.
It pulled up
Why are you showing me
Target.com.
the Target app? What's happening?
I'm trying to show you a lime. And it said, do you want to open it
They
up?
literally just showed me their phone, and it was just the Target logo. Like,
I clicked the...
Is this episode sponsored?
In my mind, I literally went to go open at the photo of the lime, and it said, do you want to go buy some right now? This is a lime color. Scroll back. Scroll back to it.
She's a little more neon.
That's
Yeah.
not lime.
You're right. It is. It
Not
is
even the
sour,
inside of a
it is
lime.
sour green apple.
It's sour green apple.
That's sour
poison.
green apple, mama.
That's poopy poison apple.
Poopy poison apple. There you go. Yeah, it was bad. Mm-hmm. It was bad.
And it's bulky, and this is what I'm talking about when we are comparing it to Crystal. There's no body or shape to this. It's just a bulk.
Scarlett was such a huge fan of our show until now.
She was.
This sucks.
She'll never listen
Hate to
again.
lose a viewer. It is just crazy that like she's in the top this week though. Like with that runway and that performance, she's in the top 3.
It's insane. What do you think about Vanity?
I would say of the fruit on head, like flouncy dress presentations, I liked Choriza's more.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I like how Vanity did her fruit bowl on the head. I just don't like that dress.
Yeah. I'm not... And they both chose oranges, too, which is interesting.
Yeah, but I think that Choriza had so much more volume where it needed to be, and I just liked how her dress was more.
I like the cut.
Yeah, and I like the sleeves. Vanity has those rosé loofah sleeves that I hate. And also, like, I
That's
wish...
her best drag, Rose. Those loofah sleeves.
Well, it's hers, but it's not Vanity's. I wish that Vanity's dress had either been like more of like a T-length almost, or like shorter, or just a fuller skirt. I don't know. But I love an orange on her. Orange is her
Yeah, she
color.
looks beautiful in the color. But I don't think it was necessarily giving me the prompt. It was safe.
It's Safe.
Safe. My newest drag name that I'm swapping out to is Safe. Ella's rightfully the winner of the challenge, and our bottom 2 is Choriza versus River Medway. To shout.
Great song. We haven't had this in the U.S. yet.
No, I'm surprised. It make me wanna shout. Shout. Yeah, it's a great song. It's great for
Yeah.
drag. I really, really, really hate that Rue got to decide this dumpy Macaulay Culkin performance was good, because that should have been in the bottom. In my opinion, with River, probably.
Yeah,
because the outfit
Choriza
bad.
was low safe.
Yeah, because at least her outfit was the fantasy. It was the fruit fantasy.
Spill.
Teresa swaps into this fuck-ass frizzy bob. And River's strips have Barbie bussy body.
But bleach blonde bussy body, Barbie bussy body.
Was just so crazy. And Rue had this look the whole time of, when is this going to be over? It is my TikTok lunchtime. and I am not liking this. And you can just see the whole time she was not happy.
She needed her coffee enema.
She did. And it turns out to be a double elimination.
You could see something in the waters with their reactions.
Yeah.
The
Even
women
Michelle.
were not happy, yeah. Michelle got the dossier. She knew what was going down.
She kept looking at Rue like, you're not going to let this happen, are you?
You know, before they cut it out, but she turned to RuPaul and she said, you know, one of the best all-time lip-sync songs, Shout. If there's a song to go all out for, this is the one.
If y'all don't understand that reference, I'm going to be so mad at you. Okay, so I need to know your thoughts on this compared to other iconic double eliminations, such as the Britney Spears. Was that Oops, I Did It Again?
Yes.
Oops, I Did It Again, and I Will Survive. There were no other double elims, right? That I'm missing? There's a third in history?
Well, there may have been one internationally, but we haven't gotten to it yet.
No, in the timeline.
At this point in time, these are the three.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think it was double elim worthy?
Okay. What I'll say is like, I remember watching I Will Survive and feeling like at the time they were overselling how bad it was, but
Yeah.
I kind of felt that this time.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of uncomfy, but like, I can think of a handful of lip syncs that were worse than this.
The meh lip sync from season 11.
Yeah, but this just felt like also something that was brewing since Draglexa that just like boiled over.
Rue was tired of it.
She'd had it.
She was so over it.
And I feel like those were the two to take it out on. If there's any two that she could take it out on, those were the two.
Yeah. Do you think Rue clearly, like, on top of thinking about ways to punish the queens, do you think Rue left this season, like, feeling bad? Because the next Rue season, I believe, is 14. And Rue keeps those girls forever.
She enters her pacifist run.
Yeah. Like, she had gotten all of her rage and frustration and anger out at the UK.
New Testament God versus Old Testament God.
Yes. No, wait! She filmed UK versus the world first.
Oh.
Because remember, they did them, like, back-to-back is what the rumors were.
She had trauma from seeing what Pangina went through. And she's like, I need to be nice to these women.
Truly.
I've seen too many dreams crushed over the summer.
Yeah.
This was a debilitating summer.
It had to have been. It was life-changing.
Let's do chocolate, everyone. Why don't we just have chocolate?
You know, it would be really fun. And Fierce candy bars. And we'll rig it for one girl, because I love that girl.
Bosco.
So that is the end for this string. Next week, we'll finish UK Season 3.
Ooh. Got what, 4 more episodes?
4 more. And, I mean, I'm not good at math, but there's 5 girls left. 5 UK girls. And there are 4 episodes left. And it does not whittle down to a top 2. So I'm like, is there going to be another double save or something? Is someone coming back? I don't know, but I'm like racking my brain on how 5 equals to 4 episodes.
What's gonna happen?
And I know that we're getting the Vanity lip sync to
So scandalous.
Scandalous. Is
Wait,
that what
which
it is?
one?
There's one more Vanity. What the fuck was that?
Something just smacked the window, but we're gonna ignore that.
Yeah, more Vanity lip syncs. She lip syncs to something, and that one girl gets out of her chair and is like,
Yes, that is
By
that
them.
song "Scandalous" by I don't remember the name of the girl group, but such a good lip sync. That's the next episode.
"Oh yeah,
and
she's the screen grab."
I can't wait for you to watch it because this next episode, the charity shop episode, is probably my favorite episode of the season.
Charity shop.
It's my favorite.
The return.
It's my favorite episode of the season.
Really,
Yes.
I'm genuinely really excited.
It's such a fun episode,
Yeah.
and I wish we did more challenges like this. This is one of the most like unique episodes of Drag Race, and yeah, it's honestly one of my favorites. One of my favorite
so
challenges.
excited.
One of my favorite just like formatting of an episode. I love it so much. I can't speak highly enough of this episode.
I'm excited. So, any spicy thoughts?
Watch you hate it.
Oh,
you're
right.
like boo.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I like this cast a lot. I didn't feel them the first time, but now I feel bad.
In retrospect,
Yeah.
I think it was just contextually at the time it was tricky.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah, controversial opinions. I think I said it earlier, but I just think that like Scarlett got beat by Charity in the first lip sync.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second lip sync was more of a tie than the first lip sync.
Right.
In these episodes we talked about, not much other controversial
Mm-hmm.
opinions. I feel like everything played out pretty aight.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the Draglexa was dramatic, the double elimination was dramatic, but I don't have any, like, crazy, like, adverse opinions to those, you know?
Yeah, totally.
What about you?
I think this is more AU than anything. But if Victoria Vivaldi, Vanessa Vanjie, Veruca Salt, Scone was still here, based off what we saw her do in Canada versus the world, I think that she would have probably done very well in the girl group. I think she would have been super serviceable and passable, if not high and on the high group.
Yeah.
I think she would have done great in the Alexa challenge. I think she probably would have won that one. That would have probably been the only one that won.
Wow.
Because she's a really good actress.
I mean, I do just think it's tragic that she got booted both times before the girl group challenge. She never got to be in a girl group. It's so sad. That's so upsetting.
No, not her. Not Veronica Green.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Victoria Scone.
Oh my god, wrong V. I hate my life.
There's too many of them.
I hate my life because I was like, you really thought... You really think that Veronica would win the Draglexa challenge? Go off.
No.
Queen. But no, you're actually so true on that because I think Victoria would slay
she would be the only one
challenge. And I would have loved to see her in the girl group challenge.
Yeah, and I think she would have done decently well in Snatch Game and would have probably made it not be as cringy as it was.
I will never know which V name you're talking about. That's just solidified it. Because I was like, I was with you for the ride, but I was like trying to picture you picturing Veronica Green winning Draglexa. I was like, wow, we got a stan.
I've become a stan after I shit talked her so badly in her, what was it, Sailor Venus, but in the wrong color.
Please. But I do think that, Veronica.
Miss Scone.
Wait, Victoria.
Vivaldi Scone.
Yeah, Miss Scone.
Miss Scone.
She would have added a lot of color to some of these more drab episodes.
Dull.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think she would have done great. And I think she probably, AUing and, spicy opinions, she probably would have been top 3. Just, I mean, I don't know what's coming next, but I don't see her flopping. Because she didn't do bad in Canada. And she didn't seem to, from what I saw here, it sounded like she would, grew that much.
No, she was already that girl.
Yeah. That's all that I have to say about that.
That's all.
That's my only one. I think the double save probably didn't need to happen there.
Yeah, the timing of it is a little suspect.
Mm-hmm. I think that it should have been Charity. Scarlett should have gone home. And then who knows what would have happened next. Double save somewhere probably in the Alexa one maybe.
It would have been a whole different season without Scarlett there at that point, Totally. But that is all. We will finish Drag Race UK Season 3 next week. Thanks for discussing this season with me. Remember, you're doing a great job. You're doing the best you can, and that is all you can do. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.